Yo, what is good, everybody? I'm your boy Jadiro, and we're back at it again with Blackmythwukong, and here are all the secrets of Chapter 2. Now, the first secret we will find as soon as we start the game in Chapter 2. Simply, all you want to do is walk up here. If you look to your right, you'll see this huge stairway all the way up, and there'll be some dudes or some archers that may or may not shoot at you. Well, it seems I've cleared away all those archers already, but this is the staircase, and this is where it leads you. And as you look to your left here, you'll see that there's a secret area. Now, once at the top, there's a brew that should be awaiting you. And that brew is the lamb brew. Now, this brew will instantly recover your health and over time recover more health. It's definitely a huge brew to have this early in the game. Now, starting from the midpoint, before we get that lamb brew, we're going to go over here and we're going to find Frogman number 2. Simply take this path all the way to the left. And when you look down, look who it is, Mr. Frog. Now that's light work. After you beat Mr. Frog, he gives you a very important item. So after you beat Frogman number 2, simply go up the staircase just behind him, or in front of him, shall we say. And there should be a very important NPC that you need to talk to. Once you beat Mr. Frog, he'll give you that very important item that you need to give to Mr. Fox, and Mr. Fox will now become an active NPC. Okay, now we're at the Sandgate Village at the village entrance shrine. Now, this next secret is another NPC that you want to talk to before you get to Chapter 3. Now, you'll see this big archway here with a whole bunch of archers on it. Just simply go to the right and continue on this way. You'll make a left around this point. There should be a dude with the shield here usually. There he is. Perfect. And then there's a wizard rat guy here. Dispatch him too. Now here comes the cool part. Directly in front of you, you'll see a double-bladed rat dude, Super Giga Chad over there, and another Giga Chad rat dude to your left. There's one. There's two. Now, once you defeated the second Giga Chad rat, simply head to this little tiki hut or hut over this way. You'll start to hear some dialogue go off, and all you have to simply do is exhaust the dialogue with this NPC. Now, once you exhaust the dialogue with this NPC, in Chapter 3, it opens up another quest line. Thank me later, and we'll talk more about that in my Blackmyth Wukong Chapter 3 Secrets Guide. Now, when facing that random hut, simply do a U-turn and start heading down this way. Try not to get hit by those archers because they do crazy nutty damage. Now, once down this way, you'll run into something called the Earth Wolf. This is a cool boss that you can defeat to acquire a dope spirit. Boom. Simple. Acquire the spirit. Now, from the spot where the Earth Wolf was, simply go to your right, and we'll bump into our good old buddy, Horse Dude. Or Horseman. This is our second encounter with this NPC. Simply again, just exhaust the dialogue. And just a little reminder, we will bump into Horse Dude all the way through Chapter 3, 4, and even up to Chapter 5. Now, quick note here, we will return to this spot, but not yet. Now, if we go back to where we first fought our first Giga Chad rat dude, we'll bump into our first boss of this chapter. The second Rat Prince and the King of Flowing Sands. Now, something cool here that they don't mention is if you beat the smaller dude first, it will enrage the bigger dude. And as you can see now, we beat the smaller guy, and the big dude's cheesed. Boom, defeated. And we get a key item called the Pungent Flesh. And we also unlock a spirit from that mini-boss. Now, once you defeat that boss, if you simply go to your left, you'll be at the Shrine of the Valley of Despair. And from the shrine, we're simply going to head into the deep dark cave. Now, as you travel down to your left, there'll be a big opening where there's typically a boss fight. And if you simply walk to the ledge of that big opening, we can use that key item we just picked up, that big chunk of flesh. And look who it is, the first prince of the flowing sands. Jeez. Now guys, why I'm showing you this fight is because there's two ways that you can open up this crack in the wall that's right here. You can either get this big boy prince over here to crack the wall, or I could show you how to do it much easier next. Now back in chapter 1, we got a spirit called the Wandering Wight. Simply use that ability on this point on the wall. Boom, and it cracks it right open. Now once we go through the crack, we're going to go over to this chest and open it right up. And you will be presented with the long scales. Now the long scales will give you access to the waterfall in chapter 1, and there's also a waterfall technically in chapter 2. But we'll go over those waterfalls later, as I want to go through every secret in this chapter in the sequence that you would experience it. Now once you've defeated the first Prince of the Sand, I believe that was his name, correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to lead you to this crack in the wall that you can crawl through and get to the other side. Now if you simply just hang a right, it will take you all the way to the Tiger Temple. Now we will come back to this Tiger Temple on 2 different occasions, so just keep that in your memory. As you go through the Tiger Temple, we're going to bump into Tony the Tiger himself. Tiger Vanguard. Now I want to be straight up honest with you guys, this is not a secret fight or a secret by any means. You have to experience this fight, but this is probably one of the more harder fights of the game. So again, come prepared. Now once you beat Tony the Tiger, it should take you to your next shrine, the Windrest Bridge. Now there's 2 more secrets backed by Tony the Tiger, but we'll go over that later. Now at the Windwest Bridge, there's this huge entrance to a massive village. Now there's a tricky fight here before we get to the secret area I want to talk about. There's these 3 rat ninjas and they're pretty tough to deal with, but just a little patience goes a long way with this fight. Not only that, once you beat the 3 rat ninjas, there's also a spirit for you to collect. Alright, you're almost there. We're at the Windrest Hamlet Shrine. Don't forget to rest before every fight. Now from the Windrest Hamlet Shrine, just simply zoom past this guy because he's clearly not in a good mood. You can hang a quick left down here. And now from here, you'll be presented with this windy, dusty bridge. And on this bridge, there's a boss fight, of course. The Tiger's Acolyte. Once you beat him, you'll get the old rattle drum. Now this is a key item, and I'll show you why later. Yes, this is a secret. And he also drops a spirit for us. Now after defeating that boss, head back to the Windrest Hamlet Shrine. From here, we're going to head down back to the village from whence we came. As you're heading down through the archways, simply make a left, and you'll see a couple of dudes looking like they're kneeling down. And this is where we'll use that rattle or that drum for the first time. So that will clear all the smoke for you, and there's 2 other places where you need to use the drum. Now head back up to the Windrest Hamlet Shrine and go to the left again and cross that bridge. Now once you cross the bridge and you make it to that small cave, you will be presented to this canopy. And as you can see, there's a boss down there that you don't necessarily have to fight. You could actually skip this boss, and I recommend doing it for some cool interactions later. Simply drop down, hug the wall, and you can miss the fight. Alright, here we are at the Rock Rest Flat, and we're simply going to collect the eyeballs from the Buddha head. Let me explain. So let's go to our first Buddha head here. It's directly across from the shrine. Simply approach it and hit R2. Now starting back at the shrine, we're going to go to the cave directly in front of us. Now there's a little bit of a hidden archway here. We'll go here for another chapter secret, but we could skip past it for now to get to the second Buddha head. Now as you walk up the secret pathway, you'll see that big glowing blue rock. Simply take a right, and there is your second Buddha head. Now we're going to start back at the same shrine again, and we're going to go left. Simply keep going straight, keep to the right, And there's a Buddha head right up top there that we're going to get. Funny enough, there's one right in front of us too. So let's call this Buddha head number 3. Now from Buddha head number 3, you'll see some scaffolding on the side here. Simply walk up it. And at the top of the scaffolding, we have our 4th Buddha head. Now simply make your way back down the scaffolding. You'll see a treasure chest on the side and simply head straight. And a good indicator that you're close to the Buddha head is you'll start hearing this chanting. And this is our 5th Buddha head, if I'm counting correctly. If not, forgive me. Now from this 5th Buddha head, simply take a right. Watch out for this rock guy because he does big damage. There should be a shrine just in front of us. And this is a Squall hideout shrine. Now from the shrine, simply hang a left. You'll see this big archway. That means you're going the right way. Continue on until you see this bend or this left or right choice. And to the left, there is our 6th and final Buddha head. Now we have all of Buddha's eyeballs acquired. Now what you simply want to do is go back to the rock rest flat once you have all of Buddha's eyeballs. From here, proceed back to where we saw that first rock formation. And what we're about to witness is one of the coolest rock showdowns I've ever seen. So what we do is we deliver Buddha's eyeballs to this massive rock formation. And this is also how we get our 2nd Skandha. And like I said, it's about to be a throwdown. Now we get to sit back, grab the popcorn, and watch the fight. And he's just about to absolutely yeet that dude. Light work. And just like that, defeated. There we go. The Skandha of Feeling. Now we're back at the rock rest flat. Yes, we are. Let's do the Man in Stone next. Now from the rock rest flat, simply go to the left where we first did our Buddha head on the scaffolding. And if you drop down here and you look to the bottom of this pit, you'll see a dude. And this is the Man in Stone. What you want to do is talk to the Man in Stone, exhaust his dialogue, and I'll explain the rest. Basically what's happening is the Man in Stone is asking us to defeat that big blue rock that we saw earlier. Now once you find your way back to the rock rest shrine, go forward into the cave once more, and there's a hidden right that you need to take. You can't see it once you walk in, but if you change the camera angle, you'll see it here. And you know you're on the right path by the fire torches. And in the distance, the big blue rock that the Man in Stone wants us to take care of. Now the Mother of Stones won't fight back, but it will definitely summon a whole bunch of stone dudes to fight us. Boom, and we got the Stone Essence. Now with the Stone Essence in hand, we want to head back to the Man in Stone. Now we deliver it back to the Man in Stone, and guess what he wants to do? Fight us. Boom, and he's defeated. Now this unlocks the Stone Man's transformation. Now you can exhaust the dialogue with the Stone Man again, and what he will become is a vendor. Now after you rest at a shrine and come back to the Man in Stone, you can now buy and sell items off of him. And the one that I recommend that you get if you haven't already is the Sobering Stone. We'll need this for the next secret in this chapter. Now there's plenty more secrets to go over, but we're going to go over probably the best and biggest secret of chapter 2 next. Back at the rock rest flat. Big surprise. Now from this point, simply head around the bend here. You'll see a big angry dude in the distance. Don't worry about him. And as you walk down, you'll see an NPC that looks like Pumbaa. Go up and talk to him. What's going on here is he had a rough night and he simply needs that sobering stone that you purchased from the Stone Man. Deliver it to him and he's a happy guy. Now make sure to exhaust the dialogue with him and I'll show you where to find him next. Now from the Rock Rest Flat Shrine, simply travel to the Crouching Tiger Temple entrance. And from the temple entrance shrine, simply go up the stairs. And you're going to hang a right and look who it is. What he's going to ask you for is a Jade Lotus. If you haven't grabbed one of these by now, you'll definitely find these anywhere in the world in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. Simply deliver the Jade Lotus, and he's a happy camper. Now from the temple entrance shrine, we're going to go back to the rock rest flat. Now from the rock rest flat, again make our way around the bend, and we're going to find Pumbaa or the Pigman simply where we found him before. This time, however, he's not where he was. He's simply to the right, and guess what? He's ready to square up. Boom. Easy money. There we go. Once you defeated him, he's going to go into some dialogue and talk to you and be like, hey, let's be friends. Once he's defeated, simply head forward, and there's a door here that you could sneak through now. Now, this is a dope cutscene. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'd rather you experience it yourself. If you got this far in the game, you deserve it. Now, once we go through that cool dialogue with Pig Guy, it's going to teleport us to this shrine. Now we're in the Sand Gate Pass, and we're that much closer to the secret boss fight. Now, after that simple boss fight, it's going to lead us to a different shrine. In the Kingdom of Sahali. So from the Sand Gate bound shrine, simply make your way to the right and go to the top of the hill where that big drum and that big dude is. And we now have the coolest boss fight I've seen in Chapter 2. We fight a massive scarab beetle, Fuban. And once defeated, we get our second vessel, the Wind Tamer. Now this will significantly help you with the boss of this chapter. Guys, we're not finished yet. We still have a few more secrets to go. Now once you finish that cool, epic, secret boss fight, go back to the Rock Rest Flat. Now from the Rock Rest Flat shrine, we're simply going to head back to where we saw those two rock dudes fight, and we're going to head to the second set of archway. Now from here, we're going to the Rock Clash Platform Shrine. Now if you find yourself sliding down the sand dune, that means you're going the right way. Now sliding down that sand dune, you're going to find yourself at the Windseal Gate Shrine. Now from that shrine, we're simply going to head straight up. Now as we're heading up to our next secret, if you hang a left here, we have a cool spirit on our left hand side. The Gore-Eye Taoist. And once we beat Gore-Eye, we can obtain a spirit. Now after we beat Gore-Eye, cross the bridge, and to our left is where we use our next rattle drum. If you walk down here, it'll get smoky again. Simply hit R2 or whatever button is for you and hit that rattle. Now after we've used the second rattle drum, simply go to whatever shrine is closest to you, go to travel, go to Yellowwind Ridge, and let's go back to the village entrance. Now from the village entrance, there's that big gate there with all those archers on it. Don't go that way. We're going to take the long way, the same way that we used to talk to that NPC that shows up in Chapter 3. Keep heading up till you can take a left again. Now keep heading straight until you see the shrine where that horse dude was tied up. He's no longer tied up. He's freed himself because he's a G, and we're simply going to head straight. Now the smoke and the mist will show up again once we head forward, and we simply use our rattle drum for the third and final time. Now we get this cool little cutscene where the spirit shows up, and basically we're going down the well. So once the cutscene is over, walk up to the well and jump in. Now once we jump down the well, we're immediately presented with one of the craziest tiger boss fights in Chapter 2. Now guys, by no means is this an easy boss. He is quite difficult. See? But he's light work for Mr. Wukong. And there's also a complimentary shrine that we can teleport out of here with. Now from the bottom of the well shrine, let's go back and travel to the temple entrance of the Crouching Tiger Temple. Now from the temple entrance shrine, we're going to go back to where we fought Tony the Tiger himself, and we're going to walk all the way to the top of the statue. Simply use the tally that we acquired from the first boss that we fought in the beginning of this chapter. And once we use the tally from the statue up there, we get this cool entrance to a secret lair. And from the secret lair, we get this cool little monkey spirit unlocked. I know it's not a huge secret, but I think it's pretty cool. If you keep following the trail, it also reunites us with that cool Mr. Fox NPC that we bumped into earlier in the game. What you simply want to do is walk up, and out pops Mr. Fox. And once you exhaust the dialogue with Mr. Fox, he gives you a cool item, a mine core. And he also gives it the ability to increase our stamina, our mana, and our health. Now from the shrine by Mr. Fox, we're going to travel to, you guessed it, Rockrest Flat. And from Rockrest Flat, we're simply just going to go up these stairs. And as you can see, a sand waterfall in the distance. Now this is where we use our long scales. Our first waterfall, or sand waterfall, if you will. And once we use our long scales, the sand waterfall will disappear. And we fight our first secret boss. Now, no spoilers here. He's probably one of the coolest bosses. Definitely going to see him. But once you beat him, he unlocks an item that probably unlocks one of the coolest weapons in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to travel back to the first chapter, Blackwood Mountain, and then we're going to go to outside the forest. Now, from the outside the forest shrine in chapter 1, all you simply want to do is take care of these dudes real quick. Or you could skip it and just simply hug the left of the jungle. Keep hugging the left of the jungle or forest. Still haven't got that treasure. And what you'll hear is the waterfall in the distance. Now, if you guys want to go check out all the secrets for chapter 1, I'll link that in the description and in the comments for you. Now, we simply approach the waterfall and we hit examine and we use the long scales again and fight the secret boss of chapter 1. Now, after you defeat the boss, this is just the second step to a 4-step process to get one of the coolest weapons in the game. So that does it for my Chapter 2 Secrets Guide for Blackmyth Wukong. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see a Chapter 3 Secrets Guide or if I missed anything. Well, that does it for me, guys. I'm your boy Jadiro. Sign out for now. Peace.